Waheguru Ji Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Fateh. My father insisted that I join the family business, and I didn't have any choice.
He always has this famous saying that he sees God in everyone, and we should do too.
And we built the most modern and efficient Gurdwara in Dubai. We also have 2 certificates from the Guinness Book of World Records.
You have to serve the community, you have to give back to the society that gave you so much in life.
On Fridays we have over 200 sevadars. Food is never short because this is God's house.
I don't know how he does it, but that's why he's as incredible as he is.
Surendar ji is full of love and affection for everybody.
We all are God's children. We all should be together. We all should be equal and respect each other.
Is this a normal Friday?
Yeah, every Friday we have over 15,000 people who have langar. So it's a very busy day for us.
Government today is really highly respecting us, not just us, our community.
I ran away immediately. I was feeling so nervous. I wanted to go back home.
We can't say that it was completely easy living together all the time.
Do this, do this, do this.
In fact, if anything, I learnt a lot from him.
But I hope that I'll make him proud one day.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm very pleased to be joined by Surendar Singh Kandhari Sahib. We will now speak to Mr. Kandhari and ask him about his childhood and his early personal life. Mr. Kandhari, what is your first childhood memory?
Waheguru Ji Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Fateh. It's a very interesting question you asked me. I was born in a place called Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh, in India. And in a place like Vijayawada, there's only one English-speaking, English-medium school. It was the St. Mary's High School, which is basically a girls' school. But they were taking boys up to the 5th standard. And I joined the nursery when I was 3.5 years old. And I still remember the first day I went to school, I ran away immediately. I was feeling so nervous. I wanted to go back home. I wanted to go home and play. I didn't want to go to school. Typical approach of a young kid. But then my father was very tough. He said, you have to study. Then my grandfather told me, if you don't study, you can never be successful in life. So you have to study. So I took it as a lesson, went to school. And every week, my grandfather would give me 2 annas. Those days, Indian rupee had 16 annas. So I get 2 annas per week, and I would go and buy a coconut chocolate. I still remember very clearly, every week I had 2 annas to go and spend money and buy a coconut chocolate. That was my luxury of my life, as I would call it. It was a girls' school, and when I was 5th standard, I had to leave the school. Then my father put me into a school in Hyderabad called the Hyderabad Public School, which was earlier called the Jagirdar's College. It was totally a boys' school, a boarding school. And since Vijayawada and Hyderabad was 165 miles away, so I had to stay in boarding. And as a boarder, at the age of 9 years old, I was supposed to mend my hair, tie my turban. So my uncle taught me how to tie a turban at the age of 8.5. And I had to comb my hair every day. But in school, I was so lazy, I was so busy from morning to evening. I wouldn't take care of my hair. And once I would come back after 3 months, my mother would be very upset because my hair was very untidy. She'd wash my hair and comb my hair and That would be a Hercules task for her because the hair was having all webs all the time because I never would wash it for 3 months at a time. But then the public school in Hyderabad was a very fine school. It made me into a young lad. I had sports. I was in the hockey team. I was in the cricket team. And I was also doing playing basketball and football, plus studying very hard. In the last year of my school, I was made a prefect in the school. So I had the recognition to be a senior prefect of my class. That helped me to meet more people, understand people, and at the age of 14, when I left school, I still remember the last year, the board exams of the school, you had to be 15 to write the exam, and I was only 14. So the headmaster gave me a special permission. He said, okay, since your results are very good, I'll allow you to attend the exam at the age of 14. Then I qualified from school. I passed out very well. I went to Vijayawada and did a pre-university course in Andhra Loyola College. Andhra Loyola College was a Jesuit institution, totally Catholic. And when I went to the college, they asked me, what course you want to take? I said, accountancy. Those days, a person who was a bright student would take science or would take engineering or medicine. Nobody went for arts. And commerce was like the worst. I said, I want to do commerce exams. They said, why commerce? Your marks are very good. You can get an engineering seat. I said, no, I don't want to do engineering. I want to do commerce only. Then in Vijayawada, in the Andhra Loyola College, I came first class first in the university and with the commerce subject. And then the principal then was Father Francis in Vijayawada. He had become the principal of Madras Loyola College. So he came and told me that you come first in the university and I'm very proud of you, my son. Please come to Madras for your graduation. I said, Father, it's so far away. I had to check with my father whether he would allow me to go to Madras. He said, I'll talk to your father. I want you to come and join Madras Loyola because there's no scope for you in Vijayawada. You're a bright student, you should come there. Then my father agreed and I went to Madras. I did BCom in Madras. In Madras, I was very successful. I did a lot of hard work in the BCom class, plus I also took a lot of part in social activities. I became the student union president. I was the captain of the hockey team and also the cadet adjutant in the National Cadet Corps. And I was very busy in the college life. I met the Black Pope, head of the Jesuit institution, Reverend Father Pedro Arupe. For me to meet the Black Pope at the college level, and last week I met Pope Francis. So my life is blessed, I would say. I met the two top Christian heads of the Christian faith, and I think God has been very kind to me. Madras was a very good place for education. I did well in my studies. I did well in my student activities. I did well in my hockey. I was in the hockey team, Madras also, the college. And I wanted to go to England to study. Well, my dream was to go to England, and I applied in the Leeds University. And I got admission in the Leeds University, but my father said, no, I can't send you to UK because you will not come back. And I want you back in my business. I said, I'll definitely come back. He said, no, I don't agree. You join a accountancy firm in Bombay. I'll get you admission there. You become a chartered accountant. I wanted to do management. I applied for IIM in Ahmedabad. I got admission there, but my father said, no, you have to do accountancy. So those days I couldn't say no to my father, so I joined the accountancy course. I was doing 2 years of accountancy course with Ferguson. He said, no, you come back because I need you in my business. Literally, I was an obedient child of my father. I could not say no to him. So I left my accountancy course and came back and joined the business in Hyderabad. I worked there for 5 years. Then we moved to Dubai. That was my early life. But I must say one thing there, that every time my father took the decision for me, I didn't take any decision for myself because he would guide me. Do this, do this, do this. And I would try to follow. And I'm ever grateful to him because he took the right decisions for me. Even when we got married, one fine day he called me and said, "My son, you're engaged to so and so's daughter." I said, I think I would have the right to see the girl or make a decision. Yeah, I've given my word, and she's a very good girl. That's it. You're engaged now. When do I see her? She's coming for the engagement ceremony. You'll see her when she comes. So 2 weeks later, she came to Hyderabad. There's Bubbles, my wife, and I met her at the engagement ceremony when we were at exchange rings. That was the starting of our life. Now we are 48 years married. By God's grace, very happy, very grateful to God. She's given the whole life to me, and I've given my whole life to her. We're very happy.
Mr. Kandhari, that's a tremendous summary of your personal life from your early childhood memories, where you were quite rebellious and ran away as a toddler from garden, early schooling, but you were very much under the influence of your father. We have to remember you were at quite a young age. I think when your father was telling you what to do and you did it, you were in your teens and early 20s. And looking back, had you not done everything father had told you to, would your life have turned out as it has? Would it have been as successful as it has been?
Frankly, I don't know. I can't even imagine. Because, in my life, I always say I'm like a sandwich. I could not say no to my father, and today I can't say no to my son. But that's my life. But I'm very happy with it. I have no regrets in life. God has given me everything, and whatever God has shaped my life, I'm very happy and grateful. And I think maybe the best thing was told to me by my father to follow the course and join the business. And so I think I'm quite happy and satisfied and content.
That was a different time, a different era. Do you think children now will be so
I
guided
don't
by
think
their
so.
parents?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But fortunately for me, my son, when I asked him, when he was doing his graduation in Manchester University, I said, I want you to become a chartered accountant. He said, why? Why chartered accountancy? I said, that's the best grounding for a businessman. If a businessman control the finance, he can control the company. You can hire engineers, but you can't hire professional accountants to run your company. So you need to be an accountant yourself to run your own company. He took it on very seriously. He took on articles with BDO. Then BDO got merged with Arthur Anderson, and he qualified from UK as Arthur Anderson as a chartered accountant. The day he qualified, I told him, "No, my son, you have time to come back and join the business." What my father did to me, I did to my son, and we are very happy.
Also, you were sent to boarding school at a very young age of 9. Do you feel you missed out the love of your parents and family
No,
living
because
away at such a young age?
I don't think so. Because my parents always came to me. My grandfather visited me in school every month. My father visited me every second month, and I would every 3 months I go back to the home for the midterm holidays, and so I really never didn't miss home. And the love of the family was so strong that every time any occasion was there, they would come to the school and take me home. So I thought they really cared for me. I was the eldest child of my family, and I think my father had a lot of extra love for me. My grandfather loved me, and their love was absolutely wonderful because it kept my life going smooth. And in their love, I found myself the happiness.
Sort of expectation as well and pressure on you from your grandfather and your father. Did they have high expectations?
In fact, more than my father had high expectations for me because he wanted me to go to the best school, the best college, and become a best businessman. He never took any no for an answer. He never wanted to be second class. He wanted to be first class every time. Even at those good old days, we never traveled without comfort. Like if he traveled in the train, always be first class, and never traveled in economy class. Even the plane we tried business class or first class. He never allowed us to go down. He said, "No way. Don't worry about the money. Comfort is more important." So I've been brought up in such a way that I never had to ask for anything. Everything was on a silver platter for me. And it was my duty to see that I do the same thing for my children. And I can proudly say that my children, I provided them everything what they asked for, whatever they dreamt about, whatever they thought about. And today, my son doing the same thing for his son, my grandchildren. Because we feel that we should not deny them anything. I was never denied anything from my father.
But your life, your time in Vijayawada seems to be your golden era. You have very fond memories of that time.
Yeah.
And looking back, was that really when you were at your happiest?
I would say my happiest time was when I was in Hyderabad, not in Vijayawada. Because in school, the Hyderabad public school was an elite school. And we were really treated like princes. Then when I went to college, since I had a very good English education, and I was one edge above others in the Madras Loyola College, I had a fantastic situation there too. The teachers, the all the preachers, the fathers, faculty, they treated us very well because we were speaking English from childhood, and my English was fairly above standard. So we got a lot of respect. Though the grounding was very strong in Vijayawada and Hyderabad, the building was really built in Madras.
You're also a sportsman, which was quite
I love
interesting.
sports, and I was a hockey player in school, hockey player in college. When I came to Dubai, I started playing tennis. Then I took golf, and in golf, I became the founding member of the Emirates Golf Club. I became the captain in 2008, and I love golf. My passion is golf, I would say.
You still spend a lot of time on the golf course.
I try to play once a week, and I think that keeps me going, keeps me young in the heart, and keeps my body in shape.
You lived in a different time. No mobile telephones, no internet. Very different time. Life was simpler. Now life is very complex. There are complexity. And somebody who's starting out now again in Vijayawada or Hyderabad or Dubai, will they have the same opportunities, the same life as you had?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because life has become very competitive. Life has become very different. And what the requirements today are, they're far, far above what we had an opportunity that time. Today, for every one seat in the college, there are 100 applications. When we were going to college, for every one seat, there may have been 2 or 3 applications. So the difference is too much. The competition has grown so much that though there are plenty of opportunities, but then the number of people seeking those opportunities are too many. It's a tough world today, not easy at all. With internet, with the social media being so strong, the television being so strong, there's no secrecy. Everything is transparent, everything is open. So you have to be one step ahead of the other if you have to succeed. If you are trying to be a normal person, you will be left behind. You have to be special to succeed today. You can't be normal, you have to be special. You work very hard and think out of the box, do something special, do something interesting, then only you can succeed. A normal person today cannot survive because the competition is so great.
And with that, your strong ethical conduct, strong ethical beliefs, your Sikh identity, your attachment, the Sikh faith, and the way you have led your life Will that have to change for somebody as well now?
I don't think so. Why should I change? I got the best of both worlds with my Sikh background, my South Indian background, and the Punjabi culture. I have the best of everything. So I wouldn't ask for any change at all. Rather, I would improve on what I have, develop on what I have, and grow. Because today, if you don't grow, you begin to die. So you have to grow. And I think it's very important for persons to realize that if he has to succeed today, he has to be one step ahead of the other. Otherwise, he cannot succeed.
Father has played a very key role in your life. To what extent was that influenced by your grandfather's life, i.e., the hardship that they suffered?
In fact, my father worked very, very, very hard. I remember he hardly had time for the house. He used to travel so much and he used to be in the office from morning 8 o'clock to night 8 o'clock, 12 hours a day, and travel. And all this hard work has now brought us good results. And that hard work which he did, and of course, the hard work my grandfather did, and the blessings of my grandfather, blessing of my father, both on me, have made me successful. I had to work very hard too. But then without God's blessings, without blessings of my grandfather and my father, I would not be where I am today. I'm ever grateful to them, ever grateful to God, and happy and content in life.
The name Kandhari, where does that name come from? The name Kandhari.
This is a very interesting story because my grandfather was originally from Kandhar, which is in Afghanistan. He moved to a place called Sangh, which is near Chakwal in Jhelum district, which is in Pakistan. And he was basically a big landlord. He was head of the village Sangh in Pakistan. And being a very successful businessman, he was asked in 1942 by his Muslim friends that things are not very good at the moment. So we suggest you leave this place and find a place for you in India. When things settle down, you can come back. So my grandfather sent my father to India with just nothing in his pocket. My father came to Bombay. He got a job with a spare parts store as a salesman. He traveled all over South India. He chose Vijayawada as a place and said to his boss, let's open a shop in Vijayawada. And his boss told him, listen, I do not know where Vijayawada is, neither am I interested. If you want to stay there, you stay there. You make the company, I'll lend you money, I'll give you goods on credit, sell it, make profits, send the money back to me. I don't want to be a partner with you. My father said, Vijayawada is a good place, don't release the opportunity. He said, no, 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 no. I'm happy in Bombay. My father set up shop in Vijayawada, and our shop was called Bombay Automobiles because my father had come from Bombay, so he named the company Bombay Automobiles. It was the first spare parts shop in Vijayawada, and that was a shop when a background foundation of our business. And from there, history has been created.
There's many successful people in the world, equally successful as you, or perhaps more. But how important has giving back to the community been for you?
This has been imbibed into me by my grandfather. He always said one thing to me: whenever you can help somebody, never shirk. Go out of the way to help somebody. If you have to serve the community, do it. And I said, yes, first let me survive. Before I start doing community service, I have to fix my own survival. But in Dubai, God is very kind to us. We did very well. And in about 20 years ago, we decided that we should do something for the community. So we started working on how to build the first Gurdwara in Dubai. And in 2008, we were fortunate. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of UAE and the ruler of Dubai, was very kind to give us land free to build the first Gurdwara. And that was the starting point of the most modern Gurdwara in the world in Dubai.
ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਗ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਹੈ ਸ਼ੇਖ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਬਿਨ ਰਾਸ਼ਿਦ ਅਲ ਮਖਤੂਮ, ਵਾਈਸ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਆਫ UAE, ਰੂਲਰ ਆਫ ਦੁਬਈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਰ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਸਥਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਕਦੀ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਦੀ ਕਰਿਸ਼ਮਾ ਦੇਖੋ। ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਨੀਂਹ ਮੀਆਂ ਮੀਰ ਨੇ ਰੱਖੀ ਸੀ। The foundation stone of the Golden Temple in Amritsar was laid by a Muslim Sufi saint, Hazrat Mian Mir, in December 1588. Today, history has repeated itself by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum by giving to the Sikh community land as a gift and permission to build the first Gurdwara in Dubai. Grateful to God Almighty, grateful to the Sangat of Dubai, who all had trust and faith in me to serve the community, to build the Gurdwara and run it successfully. Today we are very proud to say we have 4 ISO certifications, 2 Guinness Book of Records, and we feed every single community, every single caste and creed, every single religion. And we are proud to say we are talking about Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings of serving humanity.
Also a legacy from your grandfather, who also started the first Gurdwara Sahib in Vijayawada.
Yes.
And you've carried that legacy on.
You see, in our family, we have always been, I would say, community service oriented. My grandfather did it, my father did it, and I'm doing it, and my son will do it. I think we have been given that special status by God Almighty to serve. We've been given the opportunity to serve, and we've been given the facility to serve. We have the facilities, we have the infrastructure, we have the manpower, we have the financial stability, financial ability also. So we're able to serve. If you don't have the financial ability, you cannot serve. You can talk about service, but without money today, you can't serve. And God has been very kind to us. We are able to serve the community.
Thank you very much, Surendar Singh Kandhari, for sharing your thoughts about your personal life, particularly your childhood, with us. And it's a very interesting, very colourful story, spanning many different continents and countries and eras, because time of partition through to the 70s, 80s, up to today. The world has changed so much. In retrospect, what's the biggest change you think that has come upon us during your lifetime?
This year is a very important year. But this year, in 2019, I completed 50 years in business. I joined my father in 1969, so 50 years entire business. This year we have the 550 years of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Then we have 150 years of Mahatma Gandhi and the year of tolerance declared by UAE government. So all these four important milestones in this year have all come and fallen in our lap. And it will never be in my whole life I'll again get this opportunity to show off my sincere ability, sincere vision in harmony and promoting cultural and religious pluralism. My only belief is we should get the opportunity, and we have the opportunity this year. So we're going to do a lot this year to promote the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. We're going to talk about the travels of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and tell to the whole world how Sikhism is just a way of life. It's not a religion. It's Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings which make life happy, give you the path to go forward and be successful. And those who realize that Guru Nanak Dev Ji has been a good preacher and good teacher, they'll never fail in life.
Tremendous message. Thank you very much, Mr. Surendar Singh Kandhari Saab, for sharing your personal thoughts with us and your early childhood. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful to Sikh Channel for giving us the opportunity to spread our message and spread our feelings to the public at large. Waheguru Ji Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Fateh.